In SAP Fieldglass, a user role defines permissions granted to a user within the system. Each user role is associated with specific functionalities and tasks, designed to align with different job functions and responsibilities within an organization. For example, roles such as hiring manager, supervisor, administrator, or budget controller may be defined, each with its own set of permissions tailored to the tasks and responsibilities associated with that role. User roles help ensure that users have access only to the information and functionalities relevant to their job function, while also maintaining security and data integrity within the system. The user roles enable Maria to create job postings and SOWs, as well as approve timesheets for the workers she supervises. Thomas, on the other hand, will have the ability to approve all payments related to services and contracted workers. Joe, as the system administrator, must have a role that grants him the ability to perform customizations and configurations within the system. In summary, user roles enable the segregation of activities within the system among different users. In the User Roles section, all created roles are listed and can be managed. In the Users column, you can see the number of associated users and access the full list by clicking on the corresponding number. It is important to know that the association of users with the roles is done at the time of user creation, and not when creating the role. Additionally, in the top right corner, there's an option to create a new role by clicking the New button. When accessing a role, in addition to checking the accesses granted to users, you can manage some associations in the right menu. This includes determining the Reports folder and the document categories to which this role will have access. It's also possible to create custom fields that will only be filled by users associated with that role and define other proxy roles for it. These topics will be addressed in specific courses. In the top right menu, we can edit the role permissions. In the Remove button, it is possible to delete the role, but for this to be possible, no user can be associated with it. The Copy button allows the creation of a new role by copying an existing one, and the New button allows the creation of a new role from scratch. For each user role, you can specify separate procurement and payment data visibility. When viewing documents such as job postings or work orders, the visibility settings selected for the user role determines the access of the user to these items. The option All allows the users to see all documents within their permitted business unit, cost center, and site associations. The option My Own allows the users to see only those items that qualify for My Own access. The option My Group allows users to view items that qualify for My Own access, as well as items to which they are associated. Users are associated to documents using the Associate User option on the action menu of a document. Hierarchy visibility allows buyers to leverage their organizational structure to control a user's visibility into their direct reports. To set up this feature, the company configuration. Enable hierarchical visibility needs to be enabled. Users associated to the user roles that have this flag enabled are able to view items that belong to their subordinates, as well as the items of users that report to their subordinates on list views and reports. The hierarchical structure is based on a user's primary supervisor, and the logged-in user does not have to meet the legal entity, site, cost center, or business unit requirements. However, the user's ability to act on an item is dependent on the logged-in user's role permissions and profile flags. In the Module column, you can find all the available modules and define which permissions will be granted to the associated users. The permission type indicate what access a user must perform functions on the data object. The View permission type allows users to view transactional and administrative data. The Financial permission type enables users to view or edit financial information, including rates and cost centers. The submit permission type grants users the ability to submit items, such as job postings, work orders, and timesheets, among others. The manage permission type grants users the ability to manage specified transactional items and administrative objects. This permission encompasses actions such as creating, editing, removing, or closing items. The approve permission type grants users the ability to approve items within the respective module. For example, users with this permission will be allowed to approve job postings, work orders, or timesheets if this flag is enabled for these modules. The pay permission type allows users to pay invoices. This permission is available only for modules related to payments, such as invoices, consolidated invoices, miscellaneous invoices, and credit-debit memos. The close permission type allows users to close indicated transactional records, such as workers or statements of workers. The others permissions are specific types of permissions within each module. You have the flexibility to grant user roles with all permissions for specific modules, or you can specify individual permissions for a user role. When selecting individual permissions, the available options for a particular module may be interdependent. Upon saving the role, SAP Fieldglass automatically applies the relevant user role permissions. User role permissions are grouped into user permissions and administrative permissions. User permissions are associated with tasks performed by end users, like viewing job postings or creating statements of work, while administrative permissions are tied to functions carried out by system administrators in admin configurations. The administrator role in SAP Fieldglass grants the associated users authority to perform a wide variety of actions within the system, covering both transactional and administrative aspects. This role must be assigned exclusively to users with the authority to manage and configure the system. The first user provided with the environment will automatically be associated with this role, as they are responsible for conducting all initial configurations to ensure proper system functioning. This role cannot be edited, removed, or copied, and users associated with it will automatically have access to all cost centers, business units, sites, and legal entities.